All right. Okay, here we go. I'd like to take a second to appreciate my shirt real quick. A patron sent this to me. It's a shirt made up of prints from all my wildest shirts. And then there's a screenshot that says, multiple people said my shirts were cool and I will be taking no further comments at this time. Thank you. Like, what an incredible work of art. I'm in disbelief. Hi, everybody. Did I cough in my last video? I don't think I coughed in my last video. Oh no, here's an extra. Today's video is audience secrets, baby. Cat hair in my eye. And I'm drinking a giant cup of coffee because I'm tired. Why am I tired, you ask? That's my secret to keep. No, I just couldn't sleep. Because of all the sex I was having. No, just couldn't sleep. Welcome to this video. Hi, I didn't introduce myself last week either. Oh no. For any of you who don't know me, hi, my name's Alayna Joy. I make videos mostly about the LGBTQ community here on this channel, and sometimes I react to your secrets, your deepest and darkest, shared for the entire internet. The way this works, I have an anonymous Google form linked in the description if you want to share any of your gayest, juiciest, queerest, most fire, scandalous is the word I was looking for, secrets. You can submit it using the form and I'll share it with the whole world. What could be more cathartic? But before we jump into the secrets, I want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this week's video, Native Deodorant. I'm excited about this one. This is my favorite aluminum-free, paraben-free deodorant that I've ever tried. And I've tried a fair few, let me tell you. I've been on the hunt for an aluminum-free deodorant that actually keeps me feeling fresh. And not only have I found that in Native, but they are also cruelty-free, completely vegan, and look at this packaging. You can buy these deodorants in plastic-free packaging. My three favorite scents are cucumber and mint, charcoal, and lavender and rose. Oh my god, I can't even begin to tell you how good these all smell. I keep cucumber mint in my gym bag and I like to use it to refresh myself after climbing. Charcoal I specifically like after a shower. I mean, all of these are good after the shower because your skin's all warm and they have ingredients like shea butter and coconut oil. Normally 3 of their deodorants like this would be $39, but if you use the link in my description and my code Alayna Joy, you can get the bundle for $25. Over a third of the price, slashed. Thank you again to Native for partnering with me on this video. Definitely click that link in my description and try these out for yourself. They're hands down the best aluminum-free, paraben-free deodorant that I've tried. On to the secrets. Where can I put these? I'm gonna put them in the background so you keep looking at them. Now that's some product placement, baby. So I just went right to the first of the new secrets. And I have a crush on Kim Jong-un's sister, Kim Yo-jong. I do not support in any way the horrible actions of the North Korea regime and its dictator, but seriously, check her out. Is that funny? Am I allowed to laugh at that? That's why they consider it a secret, I guess. What's your gayest secret? I watch lesbian porn after these videos. All the power to you. When I was like 9 years old, I used to play with Barbies, and I would have my Princess Belle doll and Snow White fall in love, but then they had to marry boys because being gay was wrong. Oh, ouch. Oh, that would hurt. Upon second reading. Wow. Internalized homophobia? Just homophobia in general. It starts early. Hopefully not anymore. Hopefully we're getting better. Things are improving. Oh no. These secrets make my life. I was dating a man and frankly I had no attraction to him. He was very sweet and I just kind of assumed that's how things were for every woman. He was a twin and his twin sister was very gay. My first time getting drunk was with her and we slept with each other. That was the moment the light bulb went off. I then had to have a conversation with my then boyfriend about why I was leaving him for his sister. His twin sister. Okay, this one's for the PS, for the postscript. My gay awakening was my best friend's sister, and until then I totally forgot that 3 years back I had dreamt about kissing a girl from school. PS, I love your shirts. Might say I have a crush on you. Is it me? Or is it the shirts? There's no wrong answer. I'm sorry, what? I met my college girlfriend through my best friend. She had a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Her boyfriend also had a boyfriend. His boyfriend also had a girlfriend who I dated for 1.5 years. If you carry the 1 plus 3 divided by 2. College girlfriend has a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Boyfriend has a boyfriend. Boyfriend has a girlfriend who's dating our original poster. We got there. We got there in the end. Also, I feel like with that amount of non-exclusive dating, this can't really be a secret. Like, that whole web of people's gotta know, right? And if they don't, I'm not gonna be the one to tell them. Okay, I feel like a lot of people will relate to this one. A couple things. First of all, you and your YouTube channel are a big part of why I started re-questioning my sexuality. I thought I was bi for years. And also why I eventually re-came out as a sapphic woman. Sapphic means attracted to women. I discovered your channel around the time you had finally started to come to terms with being a lesbian, and seeing you on the same path as me, just a few steps ahead, really helped to spur that on. So thank you for that. The other thing is less fun though. I'm still not wholly sold on the label of lesbian for me because I think I do still feel attraction to men. I've read the lesbian master doc, I've looked at all the signs of comp het, and I just don't know. The issue is that my attraction to men is strictly sexual. I think that men/masculinity in various ways is really sexually attractive, and I do enjoy fantasizing about men. However, I just can't see myself being happy in a long-term relationship with men, or being happy waking up next to a man for the rest of my life. I've slept with both men and women, and I did enjoy both. With the man, I enjoyed it less because he had no fucking clue what he was doing and was kinda bad at it. But that was a him problem, not a men in general problem. Great distinction. And I would do both again if I knew and trusted both, especially the man. My issue here is the sexual attraction to men, plus my deep-seated distrust of men, plus the fact that when I came out the first time, I found myself surrounded online by the kind of people who make jokes about how, oh, men are terrible and gross and being attracted to them is the worst thing ever. The main issue here is I don't know if I'm a lesbian experiencing comp het or a bisexual woman who has been socialized to believe that my attraction to men is gross. That's a lot to be trying to unpack. I mean, you said yourself that you are attracted to men. So at least in that area, you've answered your own question. And then same with feeling like you couldn't be in a long-term relationship with a man, or that you wouldn't want to be. It doesn't mean that you're not bi. It also doesn't mean that you're not gay. So not a helpful answer from me at all is where we're landing. I understand the dilemma, and I've seen this online, the pendulum swinging in the direction of like all men are gross and dating men is gross and bad. And I think that that's a direct response to so many of us queer people having repressed our sexuality and having experienced comp het for so long. Kind of felt good or feels good to swing in that opposite direction, talk down on relationships with men. But I really hate that that's making you feel like that attraction is somehow invalid or bad or gross or dirty within you. And as I say that, whoa, okay. As I'm saying that, that sounds like exactly something I would say to somebody who is questioning their same-sex attraction or their queer attractions. Don't let anybody tell you that your attraction is wrong or dirty or gross or shameful. And that goes for attraction to men too. Come on. I'm really sorry that there are those of you out there who are feeling like your attraction to men is somehow a negative part of who you are. Isn't that interesting? This is like, oh my, how the turntables have turned. I think we've all got to choose a label, if we want to choose a label that feels right to us. If you're saying that you are sexually attracted to men, but you're possibly not romantically attracted to men, I think you could very well claim a bisexual identity because you have multiple sexual attractions. In that same breath, you could claim a gay identity because you're only interested in queer relationships. And so it's up to you. And F anybody who tries to tell you otherwise, or that one is better or worse than the other, because it's not. I have a crush on you. That's my gayest secret. Hello. It's too bad this is anonymous. When I was a kid, I had a best friend. We used to search bad videos, if you know what I mean. Porn. Of women doing some private things, and then we watched it together. My mom once found out and she was very angry. Also, a few years ago, I suddenly started crying and telling my mom that I'm not gay. Flash forward to now. I'm probably a lesbian and I'm scared to tell her now. I don't know your family. I don't know your relationship with your mom, but I would like to hope that her reaction when you were younger was not about the fact that it was gay, bad videos, porn, but the fact that you were young and researching bad porn things on the internet. And no matter what, we accept you. Go down in the comments. There are so many people who accept you and your possibly lesbian identity. You are welcome here. Okay, a lot of like sibling attraction in this video. At 18, I married a male, which I separated with a year later. My secret is that every time his older sister came around, I always grew nervous and fantasized about having sex with her. Also, I found her attractive while I wasn't attracted to her brother at all. I like how you say to her brother instead of like to my ex-husband. Like you're like, I do not claim this man as my ex-husband. He was her brother. He was the brother of the woman I fantasized about. I've only ever thought of having sex with women, and I think I'm a lesbian, but I honestly have no idea. I just don't ever want to have sex with a man, and neither do I want to marry a man, but I feel like that can change. There's a few points against you here in this one. Using just your own words. You've only ever thought about having sex with women. You think you're a lesbian. You don't ever want to have sex with a man, and you do not want to marry a man. That's some gay shit, if I've ever heard it. But also up to you. Also up to you to decide. I lost my virginity to a girl and then proceeded to claim that I was straight even when we continued to mess around that whole summer. A year later, I had sex with a guy that I just met that day. Then when asked by my cousin what it was like to have sex for the first time, because no one knew about the girl and I a year prior, I responded with, "It was boring." After that, I still continued to claim that I was straight. Fast forward a little over 5 years later and I'm now out as a lesbian, loud and proud. You got there. We welcome you. It was boring. That's brilliant. And definitely what everybody wants to experience their first time. Boredom. I've been a lesbian for 10 plus years. During lockdown, I'm sure we've all become accustomed to chatting through online portals like Discord and Zoom. I know this is a bit creepy and maybe a little gross, but this was a shock to me too. I've recently started playing some online game with a friend and my cousin. So the creepy gross thing about that is that I never knew this, and I don't know if it's the sound quality, but I'm attracted to my cousin's voice. Her voice online gives me goosebumps. Just to set everyone at ease, I'm not physically attracted to her, nor am I attracted to her voice when we meet up. So thank you for the clarification. What do you mean by attracted? You said that her voice gives you goosebumps. So some people just have nice voices. We're allowed to find things pleasing without it being sexual. I thought I was bi, and now I think I might be a lesbian. Whee! But that's not the gay secret, that was just for context. Here's the gay secret. I've been dating who I'm sure is the love of my life for 6 months, and it happens to be that the love of my life is a closeted trans woman. When we started dating, I thought she was a guy, and even though I felt very comfortable with her, more comfortable than I have ever been with a guy, I still felt like something was off. When we had sex, for example, my mind would go off to other places. Also, it made me very uncomfortable saying that I had a boyfriend. She started randomly throwing hints about being trans very early on in the relationship, so my subconscious mind kinda already knew the drill. One day, I was reevaluating my past relationships with men and had that moment of, maybe I don't like men. No wait, you have a boyfriend and you love him more than anything, of course you like men. Hold on, what if dead name is not a man? Days later, my girlfriend came out to me and I instantly felt some degree of relief, like heck yeah, I'm dating a woman, I love a woman, I'm in a beautiful lesbian relationship. Now I feel 100% present during sex and feel like I can finally love her at the fullest because I know who she is, and that makes me so happy. Anyway, thanks for your videos and for being such a beautiful human being, Alayna. You're gonna make me cry. No, stop. You are helping me very much to navigate this identity crisis phase. Ha ha ha. Love you. Love you too. I get quite a few questions from trans lesbians around acceptance within the lesbian community and like fears around cis lesbians not being interested or attracted to trans women, which I don't want to dismiss or downplay, but I also wanted to share something beautiful like this. I feel like I start these secrets videos like so ready for some juicy, raunchy secrets, and I always come out just feeling so much love and like hope and warmth. Who would have thought? I once masturbated in the classroom during the lesson, and I also taught my best friend how to do it. Thank God she moved to another country and we don't talk anymore. How? Like under a desk? I guess that would shield the teacher from seeing you, but you're like in rows. There's no way that your classmates weren't like, you know? Oh. Okay. I misread this. Had a major crush on this girl in school. Never told her because I was a big wuss. And also, I only had just come to terms with being bisexual as an acceptable thing, and not something I had to store away forever. Fast forward to 3 years later, the crush died. The feelings, not the person. But we stayed best friends, and during a truth or dare session, she told me she used to have a crush on me. Same time, both wusses. We still laugh about it sometimes. Cute. When's the wedding? Me and my best friend were just hanging out, and she started getting off, and I also started getting off. Fair to say we were trying to hide it, and we both thought that neither knew. 3 years later, we're happily dating, and the topic came up. Fair enough to say we both knew the whole time, LOL. How? What? How do you go from hanging out to getting off, but trying to hide it? Like, who's just hanging out with their friends and sticking their hand down their pants? I'm so confused by this situation. Me and my best friend were just hanging out and she started getting off, and I also started getting off. And hanging out is in quotations. Does that mean that you were like wrestling? Like, I'm so confused. Wrestling is the only situation I can picture where you would be interacting in a way that you could pretend was platonic while also getting off, or like sitting in a hot tub or something. In bed, under the covers, on a couch, under the blanket. I would really like to know more. When I was a kid, I had 2 dolls that were almost my size. Every night I slept with them and also had steamed makeout sessions. Oh, and all my smaller dolls had sex, like orgies. In your last Gay Secrets video, someone mentioned that they thought all women imagined other women while masturbating. I spent a good 15 years of my life convinced that all boys wanted to be girls and feeling kind of jealous of trans women. Turns out that's not how most guys think. So anyways, 6 years of HRT works wonders, huh? It's amazing. It's amazing the somersaults we will perform in our brains to convince ourselves that we are not queer. We're doing jumping jacks and tightrope. We're getting shot out of that like cannon thing that people get shot out of at the circus. We're doing all sorts of tricks, leaps and bounds, to be like, I am a heterosexual cisgender person. It turns out there are a lot of things that we think all women or all men do that they just don't. They just don't. You're just queer. Not all women want to kiss women. I know. That one was a hard pill for me to swallow. And not all women imagine their future as like just some weird old lady living with another old lady, and like that's the ideal. Even though you're totally not gay, you just want to live with women and women only. Preferably one of them with a single bedroom that you both share along with your cats. Not all women want that, turns out. Less of a gay secret, more of a bi one. But I set my ex-boyfriend up with my ex-girlfriend. They've been dating for almost 2 years now. That sounds like the bi version of the lesbian web. Ex-boyfriends dating ex-girlfriends into the mix, and you create like your own bi exclusive web. They get to be your exes that if you still want to be in contact with, you can still be in contact with, and it's not weird because they have each other. Or is it more weird? I'm 26, a cis woman, and a raging bisexual. just like the way she put that. A raging bisexual. I went to the US to teach sailing at a summer camp. I'm from Australia, and I met this counselor. She was a fellow gay teaching land sports. We became really good friends. She had a girlfriend. After camp, I decided to travel America and meet up with other counselors. She invited me to her college to stay with her in her dorm room for the week, and I was like, sure, I'll come. Yeah, you will. Sorry. First night I arrived, they're throwing a party in the dorm, so I just went off to get drunk. I had no idea where my friend was, but I met this girl and she was super hot. I'd been drinking and traveling for the last 2 weeks, living my best life, so I shoot my shot and we ended up hooking up for a couple hours in her room. She tells me she wants to keep seeing me, and I was like, I'm only here for 5 days. I leave and I go back to the party. I wake up in the morning hungover and go to make toast, and as I turn, the girl who I f***ed was sitting on the couch next to my friend from camp, and we both look at each other in shock and pretend we've never met before, as my friend introduces her to me as her girlfriend. I felt so bad, I ended up leaving 2 days later. How do you tell your friend that you accidentally slept with their cheating partner? That's rough. That's rough and also not on you. I hope you know that. And I hope that if you ever do have a conversation with your friend about it, that your friend knows that too. That is fully and exclusively on cheating girlfriend. Oh God. I hope the toast was good. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a juicy, sexy, spicy queer secret that you would like me to share anonymously with the internet, there's a link below where you can confess. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, go on over and do that because that's where the magic happens. Another huge thank you to our sponsor, Native Deodorant. Remember that you can get over 30% off a 3-pack of their deodorant using the link in my description and the code Alayna Joy. It also works for 20% off their body washes and toothpastes. If you do go over there, let them know that I sent you. It's good for my channel, it's good for the planet, it's good for your body. And last but definitely not least, an extra huge thank you to my VIP patrons, my vitally important producers. You all make my world go round, and you know it. And you get me 6 shirts. Look at this. That's it for this video. I love you very much. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Another one bites the dust. Another one down and another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Don't know the words after that part of the song.